Hello coaches, welcome back to another Modern Soccer Coach Breakdown. This week we will take a look at some of the strengths in possession of attacking in a 4-2-3-1 system. If you want to look at this system a little bit closer, we actually have a webinar coming up on 4-2-3-1. We just announced it last week. 4-2-3-1 webinar coming up on March 7th. You can register on the link below. If you missed the live version, all coaches will get an email link with the replay sent within 24 hours. So please register below. Please also like and please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Okay, 3 attacking benefits of a 4-2-3-1. Let's go. All right, the first most obvious benefit of a 4-2-3-1 is that initial overload. But I think the important thing to look at here is not necessarily the two holding midfielders, it's the space ahead of that. And something that Roberto De Zerbi did with Brighton is to drop the 9 in and the 10 and really ask questions of the centre backs and keep 7-11 high. So now you've almost got a 2-2-2 centrally. And quick combination play can allow you to quickly move from build to attack and, as De Zerbi's teams have done, score plenty of goals. So when we're looking at that system, I think it's important to see that, again, it's not just about these 4 players, it's about the movement ahead. And again, the 9's movement plays a key role, and then it's quick combination play to break. The 7's 11's position from in to out, initially stretching and pinning back defenders, and then moving with freedom around that attacking area, can create a number of problems. Something that we looked at before is De Zerbi's training exercises. Again, something that's just a passing exercise, activation exercise, but you can see here those quick combination plays, working in pairs, playing off each other, 6s, 8s, 9s, 10s to play forward. Just a different option vertically to break those lines. De Zerbi's teams have done that pretty spectacularly in recent years. So that's the first benefit. The second benefit is to change or manipulate your fullback's positioning with the 2 holding midfielders. So a little rotation here, again, because they're probably going to draw initial pressure against the press, and then moving the 8 higher, dropping the fullback inside, invert the weak side fullback. And now all of a sudden, again, you've got that central overload, but you've actually got more numbers higher now because you've committed the number 8 initially in the build. So it's not just about having the 6 and the 8 and those 2 defensive midfielders. With a little bit of rotation, you can actually free up space underneath with a similar picture, but again, providing more numbers up forward. So sometimes a 4-2-3-1 is perceived as having that you have to build with 6, a back 4 and 2 midfielders, but you don't. You can have a similar picture and you don't have to sacrifice all the numbers. You can actually add more numbers higher, and when you add more numbers higher, you increase your chances of scoring goals. That's the second advantage. And then the third advantage of attacking in a 4-2-3-1 is higher up the pitch now in blue. And now against a 4-2-3-1, usually the opponent will try and block those central spaces, those half spaces. And now that opens up space, wider area. Again, 6s, 8s can drop lower. But now you can get 10s and 9s and 11s in between centre backs and full backs, because the 6, the 8 and the 10 will initially congest that central area. So how you use your full backs, your outside backs in the attack, it's not just about the build, it's about the attack as well, because they can stretch the back 4. So if you look at the back 4 in this clip, initially they're compact, they're compressed, but when the ball goes wide, look at the number 2 and then look at the 10. So as soon as they get stretched, you've got players in between those lines running forwards, and then you've got second movements then of 9, 7, 11, 8, all trying to score goals. Very difficult to defend against. So there we go, coaches, just some ideas around 4-2-3-1. In the webinar, we are going to go through a multiple of different build-up shapes, different solutions. We're going to build them as principles, try and keep those consistent, and show you how you can build your principles in and out of possession in phase 1 build, midfield combinations, and in the final third. And then we'll do the same in the defensive side as well. So So a big focus on principles in our 4-2-3-1 webinar. Please join us. I will put the link below. March 7th. And again, if you missed the webinar, you will get a replay of it sent within 24 hours to catch up on it. So 4-2-3-1, I'm a big fan of the system because of, as I'll show in the webinar, the amount of variations you have in the build are unbelievable. But if you just use your two central midfielders and keep everyone in the same concept of positional play, it can be a very limiting structure and system. So in the webinar, we'll look at more freedom and flexibility within that 4-2-3-1. So hope to see you then, March 7th. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe before you leave. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.